Cybersecurity Programs at GTIA is here to help you secure your business and drive business revenue.
Welcome to GTIA On Location. I'm Scott Campbell with the Global Technology Industry Association, and we are here at Zero Trust World in Orlando, Florida, talking all things cybersecurity and all things channel. And I am joined right now by Wayne Selk, Vice President and Head of Cybersecurity Programs at GTIA. Wayne, thank you very much for joining us today.
Scott, I'm really glad to be here.
Great.
The drive wasn't all that bad either coming
That's
over
right.
from Tampa.
You are pretty local, yes. So morning traffic, that's about it.
That's right.
All right, so I wanted to ask you, you've been to Zero Trust World many times before. This is right in your backyard. What are you hoping to kind of see, hear, learn while you're here this week?
I'm really hoping to hear more about AI inside of the Zero Trust model, architecture, if you will, right? Zero Trust architecture came out well before AI really truly became part of mainstream America. And I'm just curious on how not only the vendors, but also our members are really going to apply the Zero Trust principles to artificial intelligence.
So to that point, where do you think GTIA fits in with that? I know you're a part of cyber programs, our GTIA Cybersecurity Trustmark and the ISAO, the Information Sharing and Analysis Organization. So can you talk a little bit about how what you're hoping to see here, learn here, kind of fits into those?
Right. So, look, timing is what it is with world events going on, and right now I think the ISAO is primarily focused on what's happening over in the Middle East. But obviously, we know that there's a lot of AI influence that the threat actor community can and will probably use against the member base and others, obviously. So I'm really hoping to understand how that AI plays into, really how it does play into that Zero Trust model and bring things back into the ISAO so that we can get more information out on how to best protect the membership as a whole. Trustmark's a separate issue, right? Because that's really about the members creating that foundational security program within their organization and starting to adopt a zero trust mindset using a risk-based approach, right? So it's a little different, but the ISAO is probably more applicable in this case.
Okay, so we had Rob Allen, the Chief Product Officer for ThreatLocker, on yesterday, and one of the things he mentioned was we're getting close to nearly half of the malware that's created every day now is AI infused, AI powered, AI created. Yep. Can you talk a little bit about what should solution providers be doing or IT service providers be doing to kind of prepare themselves and adjust their own models for that?
Well, so that hits on a couple of different areas that are very specific to the IT service provider. First and foremost, you have to worry about supply chain. Yep. Right? And right now, the IT SPs around the world just do not have a really good handle on their supply chain focus. As part of the Trustmark, we're trying to get them to adopt a better third-party vendor risk management program, right? All, again, still focused around risk, but really trying to ascertain what's really going on inside of their supply chain. Now I'm going to flip the script because the ITSPs are also supply chain. Yep. Right? And so one of the other bigger challenges becomes as they're managing customer client infrastructure, if the clients are not prepared for AI inside of their environments, the ITSP needs to be able to educate their client base on the dangers, the pitfalls. Yes, there's good inside of AI. It does help with productivity issues, but we can't just focus on that. We really need to take a stop and have a look at what could go wrong. And so that's been our primary focus from a cyber security programs team perspective, not only from the ISAO, but also from the Trustmark, and really helping the members understand why this is just so darn important.
Well, and to that point, we, GTIA, put out our Channel Trends in Cybersecurity Research report recently, and one of the most striking findings to me, and I mentioned this in a couple of videos now, is only about a third of IT service providers consider cybersecurity a core capability.
Right.
And that's like concerning, right? So what's your best advice on, like, if they don't consider it a core capability, what should they do to get started, or get past the blockade where they are now?
Well, that's just it. They have to realize that they are blocked. It's funny and almost ironic. I'm actually going to another event after this one, and the 33% is actually an average. So there are some of our member regions that are actually lower than that. And there's one region in particular, which is the region I'm heading over to in a couple of days. The ASEAN region is actually higher than that at 38%. So, but curiosity being what it is for me as a recovering cybersecurity practitioner, I really want to ask the hard question of those folks: is that reality? I mean, what do you mean you're doing that as a core function, right? I will tell you, in my experience in the last 4 years here at the association, and helping folks with the Trustmark and going through the Trustmark program and getting them to understand, yes, some are doing a little, but no one is doing enough.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And so to really get started, first you have to acknowledge, I don't know everything. I'm not going to know everything as an organization. Look, unless you're going to hire a cybersecurity practitioner to come in and work for you, very expensive to pay for those creds, by the way, you're not going to have the knowledge and experience on staff. You can get close to that through education we offer inside of the association. There's training classes at a lot of the major events, including Zero Trust World, on how to better understand and better prepare your organization for these threats that are coming down. But there are opportunities. Take advantage of them.
So you say, most people are doing something, most people can't do everything, but the worst thing you can do is nothing.
That's right. That's right. You have to do something. And so core to me means I'm covering all of the bases, and I've reduced the known risk that I have to my business as much as humanly possible today. You're not going to be able to reduce that risk to zero ever.
Yeah.
But at least understanding where your gaps are so that you can make a contingency plan if something goes sideways before you have an opportunity to start shrinking that risk exposure.
And that's what the Trustmark is, right? Helping
Yes.
to identify those processes and those policies where A, you have gaps, but B, also where you can get started. And that's what you guys, and by the way, other assured members who have the Trustmark will help you with that too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The really cool thing about the Trustmark program that we pulled together, this is all community focused, right? So it's members helping members, members helping non-members who are new members, because they really get it, they really understand, and they want to be able to move and mature their organization to protect it from a future incident to the best of their ability. And we're here to help, right? That's really what it's all about. We are so here to help and so ready. And there's a lot of experience behind it now, not just me with, over 35 years of cyber practitioner, almost 20 years of GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. So for some very large organizations, and there's others that are on the team, plus others that are now engaged that have gone through the program, and it's just a phenomenal opportunity for folks.
All right, so for more on our cyber programs, head to gtia.org and check out, there's all kinds of pages and stuff on the ISAL and the Trustmark. You can get tons of information, gtia.org. Wayne Selk, again, as usual, it's always a pleasure to see you. I'm glad we got to spend some time.
I'm glad I got to spend some time with you guys too. It's always fun being on location.
Yes, thank you. Again, I'm Scott Campbell with GTIA, and we will see you again soon. Thank you.